There's a pretty famous saying in the medical world: a person ages with their blood vessels. And honestly, it's a profound, unavoidable truth. If you want to stay youthful, vibrant, and genuinely healthy, protecting your vascular system isn't just an option, it's absolutely the core of your overall health. So welcome to this explainer, where today we're going to unpack exactly how you can reverse vascular aging using an incredible, completely natural medicine that's sitting right in your local grocery store. Okay, let's dive right into this. Our roadmap for today is pretty straightforward. We'll uncover the hidden aging crisis, reveal a miracle medicine called nitric oxide, and then explore 3 powerful food triggers: power proteins, the dark chocolate cure, and finally, our nitrate heroes. Section 1. The hidden aging crisis. So right after we hit the age of 40, our vascular system begins this steady, silent breakdown. It's not something you're going to feel overnight, but it is happening. I want you to ask yourself right now, are your organs starving? We tend to brush off everyday symptoms, right? Maybe you have chronic eye fatigue, stiff shoulders, a constant chill in your hands, or that frustrating memory fog that just kind of lingers. We usually blame it on a lack of sleep or just getting older. But what if I told you these are actually SOS signals from your body? They're clear signs that your vital organs are literally starving for oxygen and nutrients because your delivery highways are breaking down. To put that into perspective, check out this staggering number: 99%. A full 99% of all the blood vessels in your entire body are tiny, microscopic capillaries. They are the absolute final delivery miles to your cells. But as we cross that 40-year mark, these fragile little capillaries begin to die off and vanish. And when that happens, the entire system begins to suffocate. To really understand why this is so dangerous, let's look at this biological shift. A healthy vascular system is smooth and flexible. It easily delivers oxygen straight to your organs. But an aging vascular system loses those capillaries and gets really stiff. Imagine you're trying to wash a second-story window, but your garden hose can't quite reach. What do? You squeeze the end of the hose to aggressively increase the water pressure, right? Well, that is exactly what your heart does when your capillaries fail. It pumps harder and harder to force blood to your starving extremities. That squeezed garden hose effect is what we call high blood pressure, and over time, it violently damages your arteries and your organs. Section 2. Nitric oxide, the miracle medicine. Fortunately, you don't have to just accept this vascular breakdown. Your body actually has a built-in, natural medicine perfectly designed to fix that squeezed, stiffened garden hose. That medicine is nitric oxide, or NO for short. Nitric oxide is a vital molecule produced by the endothelium, which is just the inner lining of your blood vessels. Its primary job is to naturally relax and expand those vessels. The discovery of just how crucial nitric oxide is to our cardiovascular health was so revolutionary that the researcher who uncovered it, Dr. Louis J. Ignarro, was actually awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1998. Not a bad credential at all for such a tiny molecule. It really is this beautiful biological domino effect. Let's walk through it. Step 1, your endothelium produces the nitric oxide. Step 2, your blood vessels instantly relax and expand. Step 3, because those pipes are now wider, your blood pressure drops safely and naturally. And finally, step 4, fresh oxygen, nutrients, and blood rush back into your tissues, meaning your organs literally rejuvenate. Your cells get their fuel and the waste gets cleared right out. The only problem here? As we age, our body simply stops making enough nitric oxide on its own, so we have to trigger it through our diet. Section 3. Power proteins, specifically watermelon and fish. To jumpstart your body's nitric oxide factory, Dr. Ignarro discovered that you need specific amino acids, namely L-arginine and L-citrulline. And the difference in whole food sources for this is staggering. We know L-citrulline is a massive precursor to nitric oxide. Now, people often think of cucumbers and melons as great, healthy, hydrating snacks, and they totally are. A cucumber gives you about 9.6 milligrams of L-citrulline per 100 grams. Melon gets you up to 50 milligrams. But watermelon absolutely dwarfs the competition with a massive 180 milligrams of L-citrulline. Plus, because it's 90% water, it's an incredibly low-calorie way to actively expand your blood vessels, reduce fatigue, and clear out plaque. Our second power protein comes from the sea, specifically the omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA found in bluefish like mackerel and sardines. In a massive 2009 Japanese clinical study of over 18,000 patients spanning nearly 5 years, the results were just incredible. When patients added high doses of daily EPA to their routine, their general risk of coronary heart disease dropped by 19%. But even more astoundingly, for those who had already suffered a prior heart attack, Adding EPA slashed their recurrence risk by a staggering 41%. EPA works by massively boosting nitric oxide production, sweeping away bad cholesterol, and basically keeping the vessel walls buttery soft. But I've got to give you a pretty stern warning here. Healthy shortcuts do not exist. It is so tempting to just go buy a cheap fish oil supplement and call it a day. But EPA and DHA are highly unstable and they oxidize very easily. If you consume a rancid, oxidized cheap supplement, you're essentially swallowing an inflammation bomb. It'll actually speed up arterial stiffness and do the exact opposite of what you want. The absolute best, safest, and honestly often cheapest way to get these fats is through whole foods. Canned mackerel is incredibly accessible, very affordable, and it protects those fats perfectly. Section 4. The Dark Chocolate Cure. Yep, you heard me right. I'm actually telling you to eat chocolate to save your blood vessels. But we absolutely have to break the common misconception that all chocolate is just unhealthy junk food packed with sugar. The crucial point here is 70%. If you want the medical vascular benefits of chocolate, it must contain a minimum of 70% cacao. The magic ingredient in cacao is a powerful antioxidant called flavonols. Flavonols directly instruct your endothelium to pump out nitric oxide. But if you eat commercial milk chocolate, the massive amounts of refined sugar completely wipe out any benefit. So stick to 70%. And hey, once you get used to it, try pushing for 80% or even 85%. The full body benefits of eating just 20 to 30 grams of high cacao dark chocolate a day are absolutely incredible. Because it boosts nitric oxide and violently expands the blood vessels in your brain, it clears mental fog and sharpens your focus almost immediately. By opening up the pathways for oxygen to reach your muscles, it increases your physical energy fighting off that brutal afternoon slump. Studies even show it enhances memory and cognitive function over time. It is a genuine superfood, basically disguised as a dessert. Section 5. Our nitrate heroes, spinach and beets. So we've talked about amino acids and flavonols, but there is one more vital pathway to generating nitric oxide, and that is through dietary nitrates. When you consume nitrates, your body converts them directly into our miracle medicine, NO. Spinach is one of the greatest sources of nitrates on Earth. It literally helps peel plaque right off the walls of your arteries. And the best part is how easy it is to fit into your day alongside the other foods we've discussed. Here's how you can seamlessly fit this into a perfectly optimized vascular day. At 8 a.m., just toss 100 grams of spinach into a smoothie or an omelet. At 1 p.m., crack open a can of mackerel and have it over a salad to get your EPA. At 3 p.m., when you hit that wall and need a pick-me-up, grab 20 to 30 grams of 85% dark chocolate to flood your brain with oxygen. And at 7 p.m., finish your day with a hydrating, sweet slice of watermelon for dessert. It is really that simple, and it's delicious. But wait, there is one final food we absolutely must mention. Beets. They are definitively the absolute strongest nitric oxide booster known to nutritional science. The nitrate concentration is just off the charts. Clinical trials show that consuming beets dramatically drops blood pressure and maximizes physical stamina by heavily oxygenating your muscles. Now, I know fresh beets can be a bit tricky to find or prepare depending on where you live, but don't let that stop you. You can easily jump online and find high-quality beet juice or beet powders to mix into your water. Honestly, it's like a cheat code for vascular health. So, we've covered the hidden crisis of our dying capillaries, and we've mapped out the exact natural medicine, nitric oxide, that can reverse it using things like watermelon, fish, dark chocolate, spinach, and beets. So I'll leave you with this final, vital question. Will you just sit back and let your blood vessels stiffen and age? Or will you go to the grocery store today and take control of your health with this natural medicine? The power is entirely on your plate. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.